From the studios of Foxboro Cable Access, located in the center of Foxborough, Massachusetts, you are watching Around Foxborough.
Hi, welcome to Around Foxborough. I'm Steve Uden, and we have probably one of the most treasured interviews to have tonight, and it's the annual interview with our friends from the Foxborough Founders Day Committee. And I would like you both to introduce yourselves, and we'll get right into all things Founders Day. Planning, execution, fundraising, who's who in the zoo, where you got your wicked handsome yellow shirts. And I'm not wearing mine today, but I am on the Founders Day Committee. So let's have some fun. Frank.
Perfect. So my name is Frank Sturb. I've been on the Founders Day Committee now for probably about 8 years. It goes by very quick. I'm in charge of publicity, and I'm also working on the parade this year as well. So.
Cool.
Kerry Rosato, I'm the vice chair for the planning committee, and I'm the co-chair for the field activities. I've been in Foxborough since 1980 and gone to many of Founders Day parades and events, and it wasn't until 2017 when the prior volunteers and committee were thinking about disbanding, and we read about it in the paper that my wife and I decided, hey, we got time, let's join. So for the past 10 years, we've been enjoying and having a lot of fun and keep coming back every year.
As hopefully a friend to both of you and a fellow on the Founders Day Committee, which I am, so I want to thank you as a resident and as just, if you will, brothers in Founders Day. I'd like to, if we, the three of us can, talk about the Founders Day Committee and what it is way before June comes upon us, and how we can use more volunteers, and what it's like to go through the year, and how deep in the water you can dive into Founders Day, or how, if you can stay in the shallow water, and what you can do. Did you want to talk about your experience, and why do you come back to Founders Day every year?
Do you want to start?
Yeah, the committee is a small committee. It's a core group of maybe 12 to 15 people. We meet once a month, and that starts in September. And then when it comes close to Founders Day in May, we meet once a week. And after that, we take the summer off because we're pretty tired. The meetings usually only go for about an hour to two, depending upon what needs to be discussed and who the volunteers and committee chairs who step up to take one of the activities on their plate. And there's no doing right or doing wrong. We have some bylaws and guidelines that people can follow. And it's pretty simple, and it's very rewarding on that day to see the whole town and other towns come and enjoy the activities.
Yeah, because you can get, if you will, tired after so many years, right? I mean, so much goes into it, but it's mostly adrenaline. Like you really love doing this, right? Do you get the same feeling, Frank?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, there's a build-up, for sure.
Yeah.
Going from the fall all the way to really right now, where we're kind of in the home stretch. So,
Right.
I mean, we're only a couple weeks away. So it's really all hands on deck, and as many volunteers that we could possibly gather and try to recruit would be all the help. Would be great. So that's kind of what we're focused on right now, is just trying to get everything together and get as many people together to help us out.
So we're taping this show, and it's a little after the 15th of May. But what will have happened when this airs is a lot of people in Foxborough will recognize a lot of us from the boot drive that we have on the Common, or the rocket drive. So we take over the Foxborough Common in shifts and collect money for the fireworks. The people that donate, did you want to talk a little bit? You guys do it too.
Yep.
Explain where the money goes, and when it comes out the car window and you get your sticker. And we want to thank the people that have donated in these boot drives, right?
Mm-hmm.
So they need to know we are a nonprofit organization, so any money we take in, we have to apply to the events, which are fireworks, bands, parade, field supplies.
Logistics.
But we pretty much spend whatever we take in. So the events depend upon the money we can bring in year to year. So hopefully we get the same kind of turnout we have in years past, It's usually a very nice day, and the people are very friendly and are always willing to stop and talk. But sometimes we have to cut it short so we don't back up traffic and put people in unsafe positions.
Frank, you've been out in the Founders Day publicity. You've gotten the message out in the newspapers, Facebook.
Yeah, everywhere that we could possibly post. So the newspaper, like you said, both of our social media pages, so the Facebook page and our Instagram. Here,
Which we'll edit into the show. It'll be on the screen. People can see it.
Yep, exactly. Really, I'm trying to think if there's any. I mean, those are kind of the three big things that we do.
I think the biggest thing is the website is where people can go if they want to volunteer or just inquire about it and reach out to one of the committee chair people for information.
Yeah, and our social media team does a very, very nice job.
With great enthusiasm.
Yeah, absolutely. But no, it's really any updated information. Whether it's the day of or the beforehand. I mean we always direct people there, certainly to the website as well. But yeah, so.
Frank, you mentioned volunteers, and I think the three of us should spend some time on that, because we have focused areas where we really need volunteers, like actual people doing things, as opposed to planning things. Can we talk about setup day and day of and day after? Did one of you want to go with that? Or do you want me to?
You want me to? I could do the setup, the Friday, and then you could talk about kind of the day of and what you
And it's
need
not
for
drudgery. It's not terrible work. It's
field,
just it's like helping the family picnic get rolling, the church picnic get rolling, so to speak.
Yeah. So I could talk in general because I know you do a lot of work on the field for the setup, so you could probably speak very specific to that.
Okay, I will.
But yeah.
And thank you.
Pretty much the day Friday, we get there early in the morning.
Friday.
Usually start around 7, 8 o'clock, depending upon what the day is going to look like. We have sponsor support from Bay Colony, comes down and lays out the field with markers, so we have nice straight lines and grid work all laid out. So we spray paint the field with different booth assignments. We have to put up fencing for the firework to keep the people out of the firework area for safety.
Yeah.
And that, the fencing itself might weigh 30 to 40 pounds as you unroll it, but we usually have a crew of 3 to 4 people, 2 crews working all the way from the high school field through the woods, around Rodman Field and to the woods.
And it's that orange snow fence people see, so people aren't thinking, because we'd love people to come and volunteer that day of, and that will be your contribution to Founders Day if you help us, get these things staked and put up. It's not like we're building the Eiffel Tower, but there's an element of we really need people to help us.
It's the painting and the fencing, and that's the majority of work, and usually we're done by noontime.
Yeah.
So, many hands make short work.
Are we still going to do breakfast that Friday morning? Usually it is. I can't remember.
We have in the past couple of years, but
we
have done donuts and coffee.
Yeah,
so someone usually brings something to.
We always, everybody
activities.
takes care of themselves.
Right.
What about volunteering for the year before, or the planning? If you're people that, what do you think about what people that want to join Founders Day committee, if you will? We could really use those people, right?
Yeah, absolutely. So whether it's on the committee itself or attending the meetings, we're not intimidating or intimidated by any ideas, but no, we welcome anybody, because somebody could walk in and just have a great idea that we never thought about. So
and we've all seen that happen at the table.
Right. So just even if you want to just come to a meeting and sit there and kind of listen and take it all in, and not participate, that's perfectly fine as well. we have a lot of people that do that, and if they find the moment where maybe they know somebody in town that could help out, or a connection, that's great. Maybe that's an opportunity for them to to participate in the meeting. Or we have some people that have they're full of ideas, which is great. So
and some of them are participants both in the parade and on the field. If I could back up just for a minute, for those that are watching this that have no idea what the hell we're talking about, Founders Day has a parade in the morning, and then a field day for most of the late morning and early afternoon, and then a fireworks display. Explain what the field is and who the people that are on the field, so and why they're there.
Okay. Our requirements are they all have to be nonprofit organizations. They're not necessarily all from town of Foxborough, but the majority are. There are some from surrounding towns that have reached out, and we always try to accommodate. So they get there about 7 o'clock. They have to set up their tents, their tables, get everything out of their cars.
And they bring their own gear.
They bring their own gear. We direct them on and off the field, but we only have a one-lane access road, so we have to direct and stop traffic at the end to allow safety of all the cars getting in, holding them aside, and then letting them back off the field. So it's quite a organized effort to keep the cars flowing on South Street and to keep the traffic in and out and the people on the field safe.
It's a beehive, so safety is the number one issue, and there's pretty good control of that. And we have our public safety details, if you will, help us with a lot of that. The police and fire are involved in a great deal of what we do.
They do a lot of behind-the-scenes work.
And the town hall, too, in terms of insurance and that sort of thing.
Yeah, they do a great job. Yeah, we wouldn't be able to put this on without them.
Amen.
So, for sure.
Yep. But here's who's not on the field, just to explain to people. Let's say a giant corporation with 2 gold arches wants to have a booth in the field. They can't because of the nonprofit status. So we only have, we don't have corporations on the field, right? A lot of people, that's one of the most common questions I get. Like, hey, I have this thing and I do this stuff and we want to be there present. But they can sponsor a nonprofit, like provide donuts to them or whatever, and we'll have their box with the donuts. But it's a Cub Scout standing behind the box of donuts, right?
And that's primarily because the field events, where they're all nonprofit, this is one of their biggest fundraisers for the year for their organizations.
Sustainable.
So any corporation personnel out there would take away from their money.
But Founders Day will take donations where we can hang a banner on the backstop on the field, and so should a commercial entity want to sponsor a sign, you can, and we'll get that vinyl sign made with you and then prominently put it up.
Some of our major sponsors, if people come to the field, they'll see their name insignia up over the band tent, the Founders Day planning tent, the doll carriage parade. So we do get a lot of local sponsorship for those events.
And that helps us as we put this together. Am I missing anything, Frank? Because we have the setup on the day and then the next day.
The parade.
Sure.
So, we always looking for volunteers for the parade. Simply even just walking the parade and just making
which is fun.
Yeah, which is fun. You get some exercise in morning of, and you go down to the field and kind of enjoy the rest of the day. But that's a big part of it. Just making sure that the parade is flowing smoothly. Making sure that no one is running out into the middle of the road or just making people aware. Just kind of controlling things. It's really huge,
especially kids, and you get that festival atmosphere in your head, and you forget that the laws of physics apply. But if you're a child, it's glee. Right.
And to that point, I think we need to. Any volunteers cannot be a child.
Right.
We have requirements that they get. I believe it's 18. Because they're going to be out there in the middle of the road. they're going to have to make decisions for other people. So we can maybe take volunteers for other events throughout the year, but for Founders Day and for like the
We
boot
need
drive,
grown-ups.
We need
We need grown-ups, yeah.
And then the other thing I'll just point out is you'll see the rockets going along the parade route. So that's another way that we collect donations. And I think anybody can volunteer, correct? In hold one of the rockets. So yeah, that's another way.
And for the parade too, we ask that the people coming and participating, even though candy's not supposed to be thrown, it always seems to make its way out, that the parents be responsible for their kids, that they don't run out into the street if it puts them in harm's way. There should be some barriers and people to try to control the crowd, but you can't control 30 kids running out to get candy. We really rely on the parents.
Yeah.
The nice thing about the parade and is what, and a lot of people don't know, is there's a husband and wife and Frank now, that do an enormous amount of behind-the-scenes planning of the parade. This isn't just people showing up in fire trucks and stepping on the gas and moving out. This is a very well orchestrated, organized, marshaled, and then completed parade, right? Do you want to talk about some of the nuts and bolts of that and how we can use people to help us, or I would like volunteers if we can get them? Or what Founders Day people do, like you?
Yeah, I really just anyone that we can get, to help out, whether it's planning the parade itself, just organizing it, or really the day of, just making sure that everybody's kind of lined up. That's a huge help. So, so if anyone is interested, just reach out to us, at any point, and then we'll find a way
even day of in the moment. If we need somebody to walk along the curb and keep kids,
And it's not a massive time commitment. I think usually you do a 1 hour Friday night walkthrough for the people, and then Saturday the parade starts at 10, and it's over by 11:30. So you're only talking an hour and a half of your time.
I know.
And you'll be in the thick of things. So.
And it really is fun.
Well, it is. There's so many great acts.
Yeah.
In floats and musicians and bands. It's really amazing to see how many different acts are just right here in town, and that are here every single year putting on such a great show. We wouldn't be able to do it. I mean, there would be no parade without them. So, people always ask me which is my favorite one, but I really enjoy all of them. And the amount of time that these just really residents of Foxborough put into creating these floats.
Oh yeah,
is incredible.
Yeah,
I couldn't do it myself.
I've done a few floats.
It's really
and it's
impressive.
It almost becomes competitive. In fact, I'm sure there are people in town that are like, our float will beat your float.
Yeah, but it's
because it's judging.
Right. Yeah, I've seen some of the videos of people creating them, and it's just it's beyond me.
It's like a barn raising.
Yeah. But it's fun. There are a couple of awards that we give away. For the floats, but really it's just everyone wins because you're supposed to just have a fun time, and that's really what it's about. So,
and we blow off fireworks, but what about the next day? Let's talk about cleanup on the next day. I would say that is a morning, Sunday morning, where we really, really, really need some volunteers, just for a couple of hours. And do you want to talk about what cleanup is?
Yeah, sure. So fireworks, what goes up must come down.
Right.
So that's all paper, cardboard, and little plastic pieces. So plus, a lot of the patrons who come to the fireworks leave their trash behind or close to a receptacle, but we try to believe we leave the fields the way we found them for the town, so the town doesn't have to put the effort into it. So we walk the fields with bags, pick up the trash. We have gloves for sanitary. We usually do donuts and coffee that morning. So we have to walk from the street, front of the IGO, down through the booth, all the baseball fields, and down to the high school, picking up any residual bottles, cans. So it is kind of a dirty work.
But it's an early morning
It's an
job,
early morning.
because they have teams that play
Yep,
on those
and
fields.
then we also have to take down all the fencing that we put up on Friday. So we have to take that all down, roll it up, and then take all of the equipment, the stakes, our tents, our tables that we have, that we provide, all the way back to our Payson Road shed. So it's, when the fireworks end Saturday night, someone's work is just beginning the next morning. But by Sunday noontime, we all take a big sigh of relief and say, let's get ready for next year.
Yeah, and we do get, and we encourage on this program, groups of people that might want to volunteer, like, I don't know, a basketball team or a pickleball team or a singing group or whatever, or honor students, come in. We know what we're doing. I like to say that Founders Day is throwing, when you're on the committee, the same wedding for the same couple every year, right? We know what we need to do, and we do it well, but it takes an effort, right? So it's not like we're all winging this here.
Right.
I mean, there's newbies, there's new people on the board, and you learn that thing on the committee.
Yep.
But so Sunday's cleanup. If I just want to put a quick plug in for what I think is adorable, and that's the doll carriage parade. We hold it on the tennis courts, as you know, and it's called the Doll Carriage and Wagon Parade. And this year, we've been upped at a level, and we'll have contacts on the bottom of the screen for this. But we're going to work with the recreation department and have a day when children, parents, and loved ones can actually build their carriages and wagons at the recreation center off South Street and store them there for the doll carriage and wagon parade on the tennis courts, which are like 50 feet away. So you can build this great little thing, and it's so charming and so beautiful to see, and in some cases just flat out funny. Like, the kids are funny. Some of the kids are funny.
Yeah, and they love it.
Yeah, and that's another thing. At Foxboro Cable Access, thank you, FCA, film it and then put it up. So nanas and papas can see their, in California and Florida, can see their little kid push a carriage in Foxboro.
Thankful for FCA too, they donate all the walkie-talkies we use to coordinate between the field and
I didn't know that. Really?
Yep.
Oh, that's pretty neat. Huh. Well, thank you. They are wonderful.
So should I just mention for the doll carriage, the wagon and doll carriage parade, just so we can remind everybody. So it's pre-K through 4th grade, correct?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I just wanted to.
It's not like a junior high schooler thing. It's actually little kids with doll carriages and little red wagon type things. Yep. Yeah.
And there's
and it's free.
Yeah.
You don't have to pay to decorate or anything like that.
Right. I think that was the only thing I just wanted to mention. And then for registration, like early, it's encouraged to sign up early just so we have an idea.
Yeah.
We can plan accordingly, but you can also walk up.
And if you show up, we'll get you in line and we'll have fun.
Okay.
Yeah, we'll have fun. Okay.
I didn't mean to interview you.
No, gosh. As far as I'm concerned, for this meeting, we're a trio. In fact, we only have about 5 minutes left, so we have to blow through. So some things here we want to cover. But we've covered the doll carriage parade, but we haven't covered cow chip bingo yet.
Okay.
Delicious.
So we will be having cow chip bingo again this year. We do have a cow donated.
Yep.
That comes from the Agricultural Committee. The one bad or sad news we have this year is there will be no fireman's burn. The fire department is pre-engaged with some efforts for the upcoming World Cup soccer, so they are going to be unable to do their traditional burn, but we'll be looking forward to it in the upcoming year, and then maybe a nice burn for our 250th Foxborough event.
There you go, and that's a good point. I mean, I think everybody will understand that the burn being put off is because they're training for safety for the soccer event this June. So
we do have there'll be a lot of photo ops this year. We still have the llamas coming back. We actually have Bikers Against Child Abuse. They're going to bring some motorcycles on the field so people can get pictures maybe on the bike or beside the bike. So we'll have that going on. You can always get your picture with the cow. That's going to do the cow chip.
Yeah.
Is it going to be a calf this year as well?
I think the cat be a calf as well. Yeah.
Yeah, two bovine, right?
Yeah.
A cow and a calf.
Some new groups coming and some events and a lot of kid activities and bouncy houses and lots of food and lots of information being put out by different nonprofit groups.
Can I mention the sponsors? We are really grateful, and we have an effort during the year where we send literal snail mail, letters out to very broad list of people, and especially the big companies are very kind to us in sponsorship. We really do appreciate that, and the sports teams and all those people. But there's a lot of pizza shops and Chinese restaurants and small businesses that really are sponsors that we're very happy because they're spread so thin throughout the year. They're constantly asked for things.
Yep.
And we're really grateful for those people. In fact,
we do get quite a few of them that do make donations for our raffle table.
Right.
So there'll be a lot of local raffles for different, restaurants.
And that table's right in front of the
hairstyling
bandstand, the
front of
big
the
Founders
bandstand.
Day booth, right? You can participate in that. What else are we seeing here? We're going to have the floodlight. My cousin Dave Udine actually owns it, as it happens, owns that searchlight. So you'll be able to see this. That will be there. That's an antique piece of engineering that's marvelous. Let's talk about the bands that we're going to have. We're going to have a band stand, but maybe some rock and roll or something like that.
Yeah, we have the band at night being sponsored by the JCs is Carol Ray and the Rumors. So
right.
they'll be playing from 6:45 to 9, and the group playing during the field event, I think it's from 11 to 3, is DJ Ted Meyer, TM Productions.
Yeah,
from 11 to 3.
He plays music all day, and then for the field day, and he's also very kind to us because the doll carriage parade happens in there, and he turns the volume down just enough so that we can tape the doll carriage parade.
Nice.
So everybody's in harmony.
Perfect.
It's
Great.
nice.
Yep.
It really is nice.
Well, maybe you just have them find a few songs that are apropos for a doll carriage.
Someday my prince will come, right? Something like that. Anyway, you know what? We might just ask him that. It might be nice to have a little background children's music of sorts.
Get ahead of time because you may not have that locally available.
You know what? That's a great idea. Look, you just saw it happen. Everybody just saw a Founders Day idea happen right in front of you.
Yep. It's exactly how it goes at the meetings.
It's exactly how it goes. You're right, because we still have the list of things to do, but the idea hamsters, they're everywhere in this group. It's awesome. What am I missing, guys? What should I get? We have the raffles. We have the prizes. But we need and want volunteers, day of, day before, day after, and throughout the year. And you're volunteering on the committee. And please back me up or correct me or guide me back into reality here. You don't have to jump in up to your head and commit on Founders Day committee.
Yeah.
You can show up to these meetings throughout the year and maybe even just see, I went to 2 or 3 and it wasn't my cup of tea, right? But you usually find out you're going to stick around because you're like, oh, this is actually a hell of a lot more fun than I thought it was going to be.
If you have the time, come and see what we are.
Yeah, we're at the rec center usually.
You might come back. Otherwise, a one-time event, and you'll probably be turned and say, I'll do it again next year. Because again, most of our volunteers come out the day of Founders Day.
Thank you again to the sponsors. I can't say enough about that. And those that contributed to the rocket drive this past week. Before the taping of this show. We really appreciate it. We have to wrap up. So I'll give you gents the last word. Is there anything you think I've missed or that you want to hammer home?
The only thing we ask everyone to do is maybe by Thursday of that week, say a prayer that the sun will be shining. Because this is only a sunshine event day. If rain happens and we have to postpone, there is no makeup day for the parade. There is no makeup day for the field. The fireworks can get pushed to the next day, but we are so dependent upon good weather. And we hate to see if it's going to rain because it makes our life unimaginable.
Yeah, it's the worst part. And of course, the umbrella over all of that is safety. We want to make sure everybody's safe and happy and has a fun day and gets their french fries and strawberry shortcake and a Frisbee or something, whatever they give away.
Right.
Frank, do you want to mention anything, or I'm going to sign us off here in a minute?
I think we've covered so much ground today. So you had mentioned about the weather. I think we all do like a little prayer the night before. But again, I'll just go back. I know we've been talking a lot about it, but the volunteers and all the donations that we get, we don't get paid, to do this or anything. This
Right,
is
we
all
buy our
volunteer
own.
work.
We buy our own
That's
lunch.
right.
Still waiting for that first paycheck to come.
Which is good though, and I think it's really, thank you to all the volunteers. I feel like I don't say it enough, and we could say it all the time. All the donations that we got that we've received so far. Everyone down the list. You can go to our website. You could see all the major sponsors. Every penny counts. That's really what puts off such a great day. So, it never ends.
And we have Venmo, and we have QR codes and all sorts of ways to get to us. And you can just leave money in an envelope at the town hall, care of Founders Day, when they're open during the day.
Yep.
And the money comes to us.
So
That's
I think
our
the last
address.
thing I can say is come out, enjoy Founders Day, bring your family, bring some friends, make some friends.
Amen.
Enjoy as much as you can, and hope to see you this year and upcoming years.
Love you guys. Thanks a lot. You're terrific. Nobody knows how much work you do in the background, but it's really fun. I'm going to sign us off from this volunteer show here at Foxboro Cable Access. I'm Steve Uden. We just had a nice conversation with our friends from the Founders Day, and this year it's June 6th. We had to move it because we have soccer fans coming into Foxborough as well. My name is Steve Uden. I want to thank Paul Beck for engineering the show, and our general manager at Foxboro Cable Access, and Jury Love, our producer, and Frank, and my good friend Kerry. We'll talk to you later.
Have a good night.
God bless Foxborough. Adios. Bye.